Hey Kings family, so today is June 30th of 2020 and I'm giving you guys an update of our medical trip that we took to San Antonio Sunday. And yesterday, of course, the 29th was our actual appointment at 10:30 a.m. with Dr. Urology. Okay, I don't want to say her name, guys. I don't feel comfortable saying the doctor's names only because I don't know if they would mind or not. I don't want to put their names out there. I've said it before many times. So Dr. Urology, okay? Everybody knows why we went, of course, to gain clearance, guys. And when I first got there, I can tell you all that I was kind of bothered by not knowing what was going to happen on that appointment. It took us forever to get to that appointment. Of course, I told you guys we missed one appointment with this doctor once, and it got me so mad. So this time we did make it out there, but it takes a long time to get to San Antonio now because of the pandemic. The flights are not available like they used to be back then. So there's no nonstop flights from El Paso to San Antonio, guys. We have to stop somewhere, and it's usually Dallas, and then we have to wait there, and then of course we got to do King's Care at the airport and kind of stay at the airport until it's time for us to fly, sometimes 5 hours. But it's a lot of King's Care that I have to do, so it's not like I have all this free time to just, hey, you know what, we're bored, let me just record. That's not how it is, guys. It's not that kind of party. So anyways, we went to the appointment. I sat there and I was kind of nervous. I was kind of tired. I had all these emotions, and I kept telling, my friend that flies with us, I told him, I don't even want to be here, only because I just kind of felt like we're not going to gain the clearance. We're going to have to be coming back, and it's getting to the point where we're not able to fly as we want to. Now we have like restrictions. So everything that was kind of happening, since the pandemic started up until that appointment, everything just kind of crossed my mind. I'm like, all these mistakes, I don't want to go through this anymore. But yes, we got there. And when we saw the doctor, she did walk in and she was asking me all the questions, of course, about King's Care, if I've been doing the actual catheterization and how often. I did start at every 2 hours, but there was not a lot of urine, guys, so I thought, let's give it more time. Every 3 hours sounds better for me. And I started seeing a little bit more urine, which was better. I'm gonna get to the point, guys. I know I'm just like rambling, but after telling her everything, she did say, we have to be back in a month and a half. And I thought, damn, so we're gonna be back in August. Then she's gonna want us back in August, and it's kind of always around King's birthday, and it is gonna be August the 7th of 2020. So when she said that, I said, oh my God, here we go. We're not getting the clearance. And then she did state that November, we do have to go also for blood work to see if my son would need B12 shots. So they're going to start checking his B12 and see if he lacks it. If he does, then he's going to get shots every 3 months. Pobrecito. I hope that's not the case, but we're going to have to do that. Good thing is only, I think she said yearly, if I'm not mistaken. So, all this information she's telling me, and then she tells me, are you ready for the pubic catheter to come out? And I was like, oh my God, yes. Like I've been ready, doc. You know what I'm saying? So she goes, are you sure? And I said, bet that, so I was ready, guys. I was so happy to hear that. I'm like, it's coming out. Yes. I don't have to have like two catheters coming out of his body, plus the hemodialysis catheter, plus a G-tube. So I'm like, one elimination it goes a long way for us, for his care, guys. You don't even know. It's avoiding more infections. So I was so happy. So the pubic catheter was on his left side by his bladder, and so that came out. We had to be extra careful, guys. This actual catheter was put in, you're not gonna believe me, this was put in probably, I want to say November of last year, and we went for another procedure, remember, for the channel to be redone, you can say, in February the 25th. So we didn't go back to see the doctor because of the delays and mistakes and all the BS. So we've had this line in for a very long time, guys. And I'm very proud of myself because you know what? It was still stitched. That's how good I took care of it. He didn't get no infection on it either. It's very hard for one to keep it clean and sanitized, and it takes a lot of work, guys, just for that one. And imagine all the stuff I have to do, all the extra stuff. So I was so proud of myself. And I asked her, I'm like, I'm surprised he didn't catch an infection. She's like, I know, so she was very proud of me. She's always pushing me to become a nurse. And I said, you know what? I kind of love urology at this point because I think it's so interesting, everything that we're doing. And it's hard to do it to my own son. I'm not saying like I enjoy doing it, but I think it's very interesting how things work for such a sick child like my son. Okay, so she had a resident, guys, that came in, and she pretty much, cut the stitches and then pulled that thing out, and then it just closes on its own. So I always thought, damn, is he gonna need stitches? Is it gonna have to be done in the hospital? Are we gonna have to, wait, or is it outpatient? All these questions, guys, but the doctor never wants to answer anything until we're there with her and we're going through the thing, whatever thing it might be. So she said, no, it comes out and then it just closes. And I said, okay, great. So let's, and she did. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. And when that came out, she wanted more information. She's just curious of how I feel about, doing the catheter every 3 hours. It's very important to do this and not fuck up, because then we end up in the hospital and my son can have a lot of problems, guys. Okay, of course, the bladder can rupture. Duh. There's no other way of the urine to come out. So, yeah, that can happen. And I'm so glad that I'm okay. I'm okay with the changes. Okay, so that's okay with me. I can do this. Okay, that's why she says that, like, she just loves how strong I am, and that I can do this on my own. I wish other parents were like that, guys, but she's always telling me just go for nursing. Anyways, always talking, ¿verdad? Sorry. Getting to the point. So we're sitting there, guys, and I'm like, oh my God. So really in a month and a half, we come back, and then in November. So I'm like, you know what, doc? Like I'm like trying to be like, okay, doc, when do you think we're going to be getting the clearance is my question. And she goes, how much are you willing to pay? Right? And she's a little joker like me, and she's a Scorpio too. So you gotta love us Scorpios, bro. We some loving assholes, and we like to joke, you know what I'm saying? And we can take jokes, we don't get butthurt. So anyways, so I said, she asked, how much are you willing to pay? And I said, I will give you my heart, doc. My heart. It knows how to love. It's a big, beautiful heart. Like, that's priceless, right, guys? So she looks at me, right? And I'm just like looking down or whatever, like waiting to see what she's gonna say. And then she just looks at my eyes and she's like, you got the clearance as of today. After 4 years, guys, of all this, the struggle and how hard it's been, when she said that, I just felt very proud of myself and proud of my son. And I'm so thankful that she's involved, and I'm thankful for everything that she's done. I hate to cry, especially on camera. So I started crying. She stood up and she came to hug me. I stood up and I hugged her and I told her, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done. You don't understand. After 4 years, we finally get clearance. I even told her I love her. I love you, doc, for everything you've done. Thank you for being so good to me and my son, right? Excuse me. So These are tears of joy. They look like tears of something else, but they're not. Anyways, but we got the clearance, guys. Okay, so that's what's important. We're just gonna wait for the transplant team to hopefully contact me and see where we go from here. But yes, we gained it, and finally, guys, I can tell you the great news. We did it. We just need to get now the transplant and get the kidney going, so our lives can be a little bit more normal, and I don't have to struggle so much. Okay, thank you for everyone that has prayed for my son and for myself. Los queremos mucho. Please keep following us, all right? I'm up and I'm out. Peace.